You want to know how important communication is? If your stomach didn't let you know that you had to go to the potty, when you had to go to the potty, that would be a very shitty situation. Namaste, gang. It's the deity of the DET, Golden Aquarian Buddha, Trey Good, and I'm here to talk about the importance to communication. You see, your brain is firing off these neurons, connecting synapses, creating new pathways to communicate to your body. So as I'm doing all of this, my brain is communicating. You know what I mean? It's talking to my body seamlessly, effortlessly, flawlessly. But if it weren't able to communicate, then I couldn't do it. I would try to do this and I might end up doing that. That's just stuff. That's dumb shit. But I'm trying to make a point. Anyway, we as people have to know how to communicate with one another. And communication leads to clarity, which is something that every human being just wants. We need clarity. We need to know. We need to know. And if you can't communicate something, other people won't know. Yeah, you could probably read minds, you could probably be a psychic, you could be empathic, you could pick up on energies and shit like that. But if you can't verbally express something, not even verbally, because it's sign language, shout out to the hearing impaired people out here, or even the deaf people, not even the deaf people, blind people who, can read things in braille, but they can still communicate with their mouth. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, if you can't get your point across with someone else so that they can have a better understanding of it, then you kinda, I don't want to use this term, but you failed. See, I guess I'm pretty good at communicating. It's in like my charts and all types of stuff like that. But I get that the key to communication is expressing something to another individual in a way that they can readily understand, accept, integrate, and probably say back to you. And they don't have to necessarily know how to talk to you. But you, being in a position to get your point across, have to know how to reach them. And it's hard for a lot of people who may have been in the hood their whole entire life to speak to people outside of the hood, because you might feel uncomfortable talking to people outside of the hood because we don't speak the same language. Or if you've never been to the hood and you try to speak to those people, you might feel a bit, hey, how do I do this? We don't speak the same language, but it's okay. We could break those barriers. Just like I was talking about how your brain is firing neurons and synapses are connecting and creating new pathways. That can happen with us. We create new pathways the more and more we, interact with different cultures, different people of different tongues, or different traditions or different music. That's a different type of communication. The reason why there isn't any real understanding about the human state is that we're not communicating the correct message, or we're not communicating it in a way that is readily acceptable. How do we do that? I'm figuring it out. I'm figuring it out. It's all a learning process. Because I really want for people to get that. I really want people to get what I'm telling them. Like, I can be very straight up, forward, blunt, and all that. I don't come on these to be the authority over anything whatsoever. Because when you are communicating with people, you don't want them to feel forced, coerced, or make them feel like they're dumb. You want to be able to have you want to have a conversation. This is what this is to me. Like, I'm just having a conversation, even though it's one-sided, because you can't really talk back. You could leave a comment at the bottom. Just saying. But when I communicate with people, I like to know how to speak to them. It's a game to me, really. It's fun. Like, I love figuring out how people actually pick up on things and how to communicate with them. That's fun to me, because I want for people to have a better understanding, not only of the world, me, themselves, but just a better all understanding of all that is. I want to offer clarity in any way, shape, or form that I can. Any way, shape, or form that I can. And communication, me being, an artist, rapper, singer, songwriter, things like that, and guy who's on YouTube or Facebook or wherever you're catching this, 3timesgood.com, and just speaking, his perspective. I'm communicating, so I gotta know how to do that, right? Anyway, I'm gonna leave you all with peace, love, and godliness. Hope that you all having a great and perfect day. Hope that you love yourself and love someone else, because life is a game and we are one. Join the gang.